Hello everyone. Today we'll be reviewing the Karin 190Z based on a mixture of the Toyota 2000 GT and Nissan and Datsun Fairlady Z, which is a pretty interesting combination and it really works. Whoever modeled this car really did a good job, especially with a customization. You really have a lot to work with. One issue is with the body kits is that the wheels do not stick out along with the extension of the kit. But it's not much of a big deal. I'm sure many people would overlook something like that. With the bumpers, you really have many options here to work with. For this car, I want to go for something a bit. I want to go more with a type of tuner style with this type of car to really modernize it. I really love how it comes stock, but for video purposes, I gotta make this car look more interesting. And while I do that, it needs to be tasteful at the same time. You know. So what I'm gonna go for here is the tuner bumper. I feel like it really helps, make this car look more custom. Now for the rear bumper, this one was a bit tricky here. I found this difficult even before recording. Trying to see what would look best. I really like how the stock bumpers look, but and the other bumper options. But to modernize it up a bit, I'm gonna have to remove it and only leave the tow hook or the tow line, as you can see. It may look a bit weird to some of you that it doesn't have any bumpers, but you know what? I'm going for something custom and I might as well just have it off. I tried my best to go through the options in a timely manner, but there was like a lot of options to choose from. This is a non-Benny's vehicle, and it still has a lot of options similar to that of a custom Benny's vehicle here, which is very crazy. Especially for the price of 900,000. I mean, that might seem like a lot, but for a car like this, it's a good deal with this amount of customization and attention to detail. When I'm done with the customization, I'm gonna show you the rest of the car up close, interior, the engine model, the back trunk. There's really a lot of stuff that you can't see up close here right now, but once I'm done here, I'm gonna give you that closer look, and then I'm gonna talk about the performance later. But as you can see here with the engine model, the intercooler, all that stuff, there really is a lot to play with. This vehicle came out in about maybe 2017, 2018, so it's pretty old. But it goes to show, the amount of effort that Rockstar is capable of. They don't always go the extra mile unless they really like a car. Or depending on who's designing the car, they like what they do. The exhaust options, these are pretty crazy, as you can see here. You have side exhausts, many different variations here. Uh, Quad exhaust here in the engine, that's pretty cool. If you want it to come up from the side, you can do that, but it just looks very strange. Uh, I don't know who would want to do that, but if you like it, you can do that. Here you can remove the grill, you can choose different patterns here. But I like the way the stock one looks, that's the most simple. The closest one to the real car might be the diamond grill, but I could be wrong. I couldn't find many close-ups of the real car. Now for the hood here, you can choose to remove it if you want to. There's carbon here, you can put a bulge on it. More carbon options with the vents. That's pretty nice. You even have sticker bombs. You have a glass there too. More vents. Just a lot of great options here to choose from. But what I'm gonna go for is a carbon hood. Here the lights already seem to come stock as LEDs, so I might as well just leave it. Um, the livery options here are pretty cool. The orange 190C livery would have been nice for me to choose, but since I'm already gonna go for an orange build, uh, I'm just not gonna put any liveries on this. But I'm gonna go through the options here in case if anyone wanna apply any of these liveries or if you're just curious. These are very well detailed. The quality on them is very nice. For the mirrors here, you really do have a lot to work with. It looks very clean without the mirrors, but uh, I really like mirrors on my cars, so I'm just going to leave them on. But you do have variations of secondary and carbon for all the options here. It's only a matter of what style you're trying to go for here. But I'm just going to leave mine stock. For the plate, I'm going to change it to a classic plate here since it is an older car. What's cool is that it comes with a plate holder. Not many cars come with that, so if you love that detail, then this car has it. But for this, I'm gonna change it to an orange. Uh, right, it's a bit difficult to tell which one looks best, but I feel like a sunrise is a bit darker. For this, for the interior here, I really like how the brown orange look, the brown interior looks, but I feel like for what I'm going for, I'm just gonna darken it out. It wouldn't add much contrast with the orange and the brown. It would look a bit off. So I'm just gonna change it to black. For the spoilers options here, you really have a lot to work with. Again, you have boot tip spoilers, which is like a ducktail type. Well, not really a ducktail. You even have carbon variations of that. The dovetail, which is blackened. Then you have a secondary. It looks like I chose the wrong orange, but I'll go change it back later to the sunrise. Then the drift spoiler, that one looks pretty cool. Really changes up the look of the car. The section spoiler, that's even wider than the other one. Then you have your usual large spoilers in the back. Wood tip looks really nice. It looks very subtle, but I'm not sure if I should go for something subtle with a car like this. Something I feel like the dovetail works a lot better with a car like this. Then you have that in carbon, makes it stick out a bit more, so I'll just choose that. Now for the suspension, this car's already pretty low, but you can get it even lower if you want to do that. But I'm just going to choose the lowered option. For the wheels, I'm going to go to the street category and I'm going to choose the Cup Champion. I feel like these really fit this car very well. I'm going to show you any other wheel options you can choose from here that just fit this car as well. There's a V8 Killer, which is similar. Then you have the Fujiwara's. Those look pretty good on this car. Then you have your usual BBS style wheels with a deep dish. From real life builds that I've seen, people actually like to put those wheels on this car, those type of style wheels. It looks very nice and clean with a Giga mesh as well. Here you can put your tire lettering if you want to do that, if that's your thing. But I'm just gonna leave it off. All that's left for me to do is just to show you the window tint, and after that I'm gonna give you a closer look of the interior and then the performance. Detail and texture quality is great. As I said before, with the engine model, it's just very well done. The level of detail with the inline six is just spectacular here. You even have a little bit of an opening here between the bumper and the engine model, so it's not completely 2D. The interior is reused, but as you can see, it has its own custom floor mats. It has the logo on the center there. You even have your gas cap. What strangely, not every car in the game has a gas cap modeled in. It even has like a little hole there for the antenna on the side. I feel like I did a good job choosing the wheels. They match the car very well. You guys let me know in the comments. There's also a vent right there on the fender that I forgot to mention, which is a cool detail. Speed is decent and the handling is great. While this car performs pretty well, I feel like it could benefit from an HSW upgrade. Maybe in the next update, if Rockstar ever decides to bring this car back to the websites, this car would just be a great addition. It's just something that people overlook, but it could benefit from a drift tune as well. It would just make this car a lot more fun, a lot more engaging for people. It's Even though the performance needs a bit of a boost, it's still a car that I feel people overlook. It's probably a forgotten vehicle. Not many people know about this car or remember that it's in the game. But I highly recommend that you pick this up. It's perfect for car meets, especially for those that attend those regularly. It's just a great car to show off. And you really could make a lot of builds out of this, especially if you have the money. You can go for a drift tune, you can go for a sport type of build. You can really do a lot with this car, a car like this. But anyway, that's all I got for today. And as always, thanks for watching.